You ever realize how silence can weigh more than someone screaming in your face? For me, it came through a voicemail. My dad's voice clipped flat like he was reading off legal notes. Christmas is canceled. Expect a call from my lawyer. I just stare at my phone. No yelling, no pleading. I sent back one word. Understood. That night, I sat at the kitchen table, laptop glowing in the dark. The cursor blinked like it already knew what I was about to do. A few clicks, and just like that, my name disappeared from their mortgage. $352,000, gone from my shoulders. 2 days later, my phone nearly rattled itself off the counter. 67 missed calls. Mom, Dad, Lily, even their lawyer. A voicemail. Ethan, this is a big misunderstanding. Your parents are really upset. Upset. That word actually made me laugh out loud. If anyone had a right to be upset, it was me. It had all begun 3 weeks before. I can still picture it. Dinner at their place. Mom half scrolling her phone, half stirring some overpriced herbal tea, barely looking at me. Ethan, we can't afford to bring you on the trip this year. It's just a small cabin. A cabin? My brow furrowed. I thought you were strapped for cash? Dad gave a sharp snort. Don't start. If you're that concerned, maybe send us some extra this month. I froze. Extra? I was already covering their mortgage, paying their utilities, even Lily's car. And there she was, Lily, draped across the couch like royalty, not even blinking. Oh my God, stop acting like you're some hero, she sneered. But I remembered her frantic 2 a.m. texts. Please, Ethan, I can't breathe under this debt. I'll pay you back, I swear. You're the only one who ever helps me. And I did bail her out, again. Yet here she sat, smirking like I was pathetic for caring. I left that night with my father's words echoing down the hallway. Maybe if you didn't waste money on that tiny apartment, you could actually do something for this family. I whispered back, got it. A week later, scrolling Facebook, it hit me like a blade. Mom, Dad, Lily, all beaming in front of a luxury Aspen cabin. Caption, our family together at last. No mention of me. Seconds later, my phone buzzed. Dad again. Hey, can you send $220 more? Internet spotty, Venmo's easiest. I stared at that photo, the way they clung to each other, laughter on their faces, and typed back, sorry, can't help. Enjoy your family trip. For the first time, I didn't cave, but they weren't done. Lily posted another picture, her and Mom smiling wide. Caption, family is everything, even when they hurt you. Comments poured in. Heart emojis. Stay strong, sweetheart. And then I saw it. Dad's reply. Some people forget who raised them, but God sees everything. That's when the switch flipped. I wasn't family. I was a wallet, a backup plan, a body to bleed dry. And they thought I'd never push back. So I built my case. Screenshots, bank transfers, receipts of every dime I'd sent. The SUV Dad bragged about, I had the paperwork. Thanksgiving audio, his voice booming. If you won't help this family, don't ever come back. By midnight, I had a folder thick enough to bury their lies. The next morning, I dropped it all online. No captions, no explanations, just the truth. Within 3 minutes, the comments turned. Wait, is this real? They said you abandoned them. Sympathy drained, replaced with doubt and shame. That night, a new voicemail from Dad. Not sharp anymore. Broken. Ethan, please don't do this. Talk to me. I saved it. Not because I cared, but because for once, he needed me more than I needed him. But it wasn't finished. 2 weeks later, I sat in the back booth of a diner, watching them file in. Dad jaw clenched. Mom gripping her purse like a lifeline. Lily hiding behind sunglasses in a dim room. They slid across from me. Ethan, we don't want this getting worse. Dad said, forcing calm. We're family. We can fix this. I leaned back, arms crossed. Last I checked, you told me Christmas was canceled. Said I'd be hearing from your lawyer. Mom's hand shook as she reached out. Ethan, please. We were upset. We didn't mean it. You didn't just say things. I snapped. You lied. You painted me as a monster while draining me dry. Lily's just came from behind her glasses. You made it public. You humiliated us. I leaned forward. You mean like when Dad posted I was a spoiled brat throwing a tantrum? Or when you laughed in the comments? Or when you called a vacation without me family? Their silence was answer enough. I pulled out my phone, hit play. Dad's furious voice filled the diner. If you don't want to help this family, then don't ever come back. Lily's text flashed across the screen. Ethan, I love you. You're the only one who helps me. Mom went pale. Dad's fist tightened. Lily tore off her glasses, tears streaming. I slid a folder across the table. Mortgage records. Proof of every payment. The house isn't yours anymore. I pulled my name. If you can't requalify, it's gone. Mom's voice broke into a shriek. How could you do this? We raised you. I laughed, cold and sharp. No, you raised me to be your ATM. That ends now. And then the door opened. My grandfather walked in. Tall, silver hair, cane tapping the tile. He stopped at our booth, eyes sharp as glass. Well, he said, almost amused, took you long enough to burn yourselves down. Dad went pale. Dad, I didn't. You never do. That's your problem. Grandpa's voice was ice. Ethan told me everything. The money, the lies, the manipulation. He looked at me, then back at my father. I rewrote the family trust last week. Ethan is the sole beneficiary. You, your wife, Lily, you're out. Lily gasped. Grandpa, please. No. His voice thundered. I spent years watching your father scheme. I thought he'd change. Instead, he passed it down to you. Enough. Then he turned to me, his voice softening. I should have stepped in sooner, Ethan, but I'm here now. I swallowed hard. Thank you, Grandpa. As I stood to leave, Dad's voice cracked, desperate. Ethan, you can't do this. We're family. I looked back over my shoulder. You made sure I wasn't part of this family a long time ago. And I walked out that night. For the first time in years, I slept without my phone buzzing on the nightstand. No begging. No guilt trips. Just quiet. And here's what I've learned. Sometimes, family is just a word people hide behind while using you. But survival? Survival is choosing yourself.